Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I am Toni Patillo, and I am your host. Here we have what we call Elite Insights with Toni Patillo. This is where wisdom meets legacy. And we talk about a little bit of everything, but I am especially excited today because joining us is going to be Nick Krem. And if you don't know who Nick Krem is, you're going to figure it out real quick. He is the founder, one of the founders of the Krim Institute. And he's the founder and CEO of the Krim Institute of Artificial Intelligence. Yes. You know, they have been guiding us for, what has it been, about 3 years now?
About 3
Nick?
years, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a real journey, but let me just tell you a little bit more about Nick. He's got over 10,000 hours of virtual training. He's the creator of the first ever AI certified agent program and coaches to thousands of agents across North America, empowering them to dominate their markets and using AI and content systems. Please, please, please give a warm welcome to Nick Krem.
Toni,
Hey.
I just want to say I'm excited to be here. Anytime you call, anytime you email, text, you could send a carrier pigeon. I'll answer it, Toni. You're just my kind of people.
Oh, well, I got to tell you something, Nick.
Yeah.
You are the top motivator for me. And that's no joke. I mean, you inspire me in ways that I've never been inspired before. And I don't know what I would do had I have not been connected with you, because now, I mean, my whole business, my whole life has shifted as a result of your coaching. And I'm truly honored and grateful.
You know, Toni, I really appreciate that. And you're just the type of individual that would figure it out. If it wasn't with me, you would have figured it out some way. And that's what I love about working with you is, like we say, do something, you do it, and you come back, you're like, it works. What's next? And then you just keep doing the simple things over and over and over again. And that's really what it takes.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. You know, I want to talk a little bit about, we're going to do some questions, but I want to really highlight your journey, because before this AI thing, and I knew you before the AI thing. Of course, AI has been around, but it was through another network, and you guys just kept us lifted. And you were working primarily with one brokerage, right?
Yeah.
In the beginning, but that wasn't the AI stuff. And I was trying to remember this morning, what was it? What was before the AI?
It was, we were doing Rev Share Inner Circle. So we were running the Rev Share Inner Circle. We were helping real estate agents, with the agent attraction process, mainly in the attraction process. How do you build a brand? How do you keep your message in front of people? What is the right way to stay in front of people? And, that's really what our company has been since we began, has been branding, marketing, and really just helping real estate agents build their online presence. Because a lot of times when I say branding and marketing, but it's really more so specialized in your brand, right?
Yes.
Because like marketing is always dictated by the market. You got to constantly update, do new things. But what is that personal brand? Because if you own your brand, you become the market, right? Because I believe when times are tough, people go to the brand they trust. So when especially in a market like this, how people say it's a bad market, I know the people who have big brands are crushing it right now, having better years than years prior, simply because they've been doing the fundamentals and they've been building their brand.
That's absolutely 100% on point. That's true. And you know who initially taught me about brand?
Who's that?
Dick Clark. You might be too young to remember Dick Clark.
I know Dick Clark.
Dick Clark taught me at a very young age that you are your brand. So that from there I went to, Motown, but your personal name is your brand.
Yeah.
I think it's easier to work with that than to try to come up with a different name for your company. Right.
Look, I can go sell refrigerators tomorrow. And since Nick Krem is selling refrigerators, I bet you I'll do pretty damn good in that department, right? So like, that's like with your personal brand. I mean, look, how much has your company changed, like your niche changed. And like
Big
once you
time.
find your niche, you stick with it. But at the same
Yeah.
time, it's like it is a discovery process in this entrepreneurial journey, right? Like, what
Mm-hmm.
is my niche? Who am I working with? And I'll tell you what, if your brand is a slogan,
Mm-hmm.
especially if, you just go and you want to create a slogan, you want to create a brand,
Yeah.
and a lot
Yeah.
of people try to create it overnight or buy a course. That's
Yeah.
just not how it works. It's about
Mm-hmm.
building yourself as the individual. You start
Mm-hmm.
attracting certain types of individuals, and you find out who you like working with, who you
Yep.
like, where your skills are. You niche down in that area, and then your brand is just built around it.
That's right. You know, it's interesting because the niche thing is key too.
Oh
You
yeah.
really need to have a niche, and it's okay to have multiple niches, but you have to be. The reason why I like the niche is because then people come to you for what you do.
Yeah.
They come to you for your specialization, and you're not chasing. You're not chasing the business.
And I
You're
think you hear it a lot, the law of abundance, but like if you
yeah.
truly believe in the law of abundance, you can niche down and specialize in one area and even refer
Hmm.
business out that doesn't even fall into your niche. And then
Yeah.
you know what happens? A beautiful things happens when somebody hears your niche. They're like, there is one person that they think of. And I
That's
think
right.
that's just the common mistake people make is they try to be for everybody, all buyers, all sellers. I'm a real estate agent. And it's like if you don't make yourself different, then you're just the same. You're the
That's right.
same as everybody else, and you become a
Yeah.
commodity.
Yeah. That's true. Very true. So we've known each other for years,
Yeah.
and I've, as I just said, I've personally experienced the impact of the Krim Institute, and I want to know, you know, what inspired you to start Krim Institute and create the AI certified agent? What was it that went when the light went on and you said,
Yeah.
"Oh, I have to say something." I remember when you had to announce to the inner circle,
Yeah.
you announced that you weren't going to be doing it anymore and you were going
Yeah.
to be switching to this AI. We were having a fit
Yeah.
because we didn't want to lose you,
Yeah.
but little did we know. Look at us now.
Look at us now. I think we just took a good hard look at what was happening because as I'm
Mhm.
sure you know too, we had a branding and marketing company at right before that, we had a 7-bedroom content house in Orlando, Florida, and we turned the entire thing
Uh-huh.
into a video studio. And then we had a flat
Mm.
downtown Orlando. Clients would fly out, stay there, come to our house, and we would sit there and we would like the whole first day come up with who is your ideal client profile? What are the marketing messages? How are video scripts? And go through and
Mm.
really help people go through that process. And then they would
Mhm.
shoot videos, and then we would send it to our video editing team, our graphics team, our copywriting team.
Yep.
And then AI started coming into the fold. I'm like,
Mm.
holy crap, like this can do the job,
Mm.
like the complete job and even better without people
Mhm.
having to fly across the country. So
Mm.
we just started taking a good look at where we believe the world was moving to, what
Yep.
business owners would need help with. And one thing I think we've always done really well with is creating a community around simplistic action. Right. Like
Yeah.
one of my mentors always said, give people the minimal effective dose. I feel like with
Mm.
AI, that is what people need. They don't
Mhm.
need to know how to create websites, how to create apps, how to become
Right.
their own person who can create all these things. Because at the end of the day, you're real estate agents.
Right.
So we looked at this as number one, an opportunity, but I looked at it as a huge need because I
Mhm.
know even today I see people trying to go out there and create all these things with AI. And it's like, man, do you not understand that in 6 months, what you just create is going to be irrelevant and all that
Ugh.
time, energy, and effort that you just put into it is
Yeah.
going to be obsolete. And then you're going to have to do it again and again and again
Mm.
and again. Even us, I don't go out there and looking to create a bunch of AI tools. No, we're
Right.
a platform company because I know
Yeah.
how much it changes. And it's just, here is the simple way that agents need to use AI and screw everything else. So,
Mhm.
I think what I do really well is discern. I discern what's valuable, what's not, what are the simple ways that you can use it. And I can filter through thousands of AI tools and come up with the 4 that agents need. And I feel like
Mm.
that's a big need for agents to stay
Mhm.
focused on what actually makes them money.
Right. Hey, that's a key point there.
Yeah.
What actually makes the money?
Yeah.
For years, I was working and working and working, and I was doing good, but I did not have the focus on monetizing.
Mm.
Okay. You can do like I had a radio show with Phil.
Yeah.
We were great. And we had a lot of audience. We were on a iHeartMedia, a big show.
Yeah.
And I was taking care of all my sponsors who were, paying to be there. And I want to make sure they were getting business. But I totally got lost in the mix, and I wasn't monetizing for my business. So you're right. You simplicity, and then it's like wash, rinse, repeat. Right.
Yep. Yeah. Look, I'm not training on new things every single day because it's really just the core fundamentals that people need to do. I think that just goes for all things in life. It just comes down to, I believe in multiplication by subtraction, right? If you want to do more, you don't have to actually do more. You have to focus on the core competencies within your business and just do those consistently, and they compound over time.
Yeah. Right. Wow. So here you are.
Yeah.
You transitioned from inside sales. You built brands. You found the global AI training. And what experiences have shaped your mission?
I would say one specific one that comes to mind was I was in Key West about 7 years ago. This was before we really launched our first business, which was digital business cards. We were just in this room, and there was all these top producing teams from all across the country. My mentor actually kind of snuck us in. So my brother and I were in this room, and it was a small room, probably about 30 people in it. But they were also raw and real and just told us what they did. One of the things they talked about was burn the boats. Like, what boats are you holding on to? If you really want to play in this game, you got to go all in. My brother and I came back from that, and we just looked at each other like, dude, if they can do it, we can do it.
Right.
Quit my job that night. It was like 2 a.m. by the time we got back. Quit my job. My brother was out too. Decided to form our partnership, and we just haven't looked back. And I would say, just like throughout that process too, is I'll say it was partially because of my naivete as far as not knowing some situations that we were in, whether it was as dire as it was, or like just like what we were doing. We just always have from then just decided to go all in on whatever we were doing. And just, I haven't even thought about what, like, it's not even an option for this to fail or stop because, Michael Jordan has a great quote. He's like, I never lost. I just ran out of time. Right. Like, I never lost a game. I just ran out of time. And that's what I feel with this. It's like, look, I have time. I'm 30. I'm just going to keep going and keep going and keep going.
Oh my God.
And, that's just how we've done this.
Yep. Well, now I remember because I met you when you were 27.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's 30 now. Okay.
Yeah, I'm 30, right? Put a little respect on the name now.
That's a little milestone right there.
For sure.
30. That's awesome. So you translate blah, 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 blah. I'm going to try to stay to the, they had questions for you. From your perspective, how has the real estate industry evolved since you first started teaching these agents about AI? How have you seen it evolved?
I have seen it evolve. As much as I've seen it evolve, I feel like the fundamentals are still the same. I would say it evolved because now there are more shiny objects out there. Like, before, it'd take a while to create shiny objects and to do certain things. And now people can do things overnight. So I think the evolution is really going to focus on where you spend your time and the evolution of, are you using this in the right way? Because if you're not using it, you're just going to simply be obsolete and you're going to be out of the industry. So that's option one. Ignore it.
That is the truth.
Right?
Yep.
Ignore it.
Yep.
All right, great.
Yep.
Give yourself a couple years and you're going to be out. I hope you're already done.
Yep.
Option two is try to figure it all out on your own, or just get every course out there. And then you're going to end up trying to build your own things, trying to do your own things. And then you're going to end up spending more time behind a computer, less time talking to people, and you're going to lose business.
Yeah.
Or you're just going to find some simple strategies to save you time and get you in front of more people. So I think like the big evolution is, I get there's a lot of tools and cool things that are out there, but the human aspect doesn't change. How you spend your time will not change. And there's no AI that can fix your bad habits. So I think the evolution is the people who use this in a simple way are going to scale in ways that they literally have dreamed of. And then there's going to be everybody else.
Yep. Well, I certainly see it evolving in our industry in a way that some agents are intimidated by the AI, and there's those that are embracing it.
Yeah.
And I always encourage people, you better embrace it, because if you don't, you're going to be left behind.
Yeah.
So what's the biggest misconception agents have about AI when it comes to branding and content creation?
The biggest misconception agents have is they believe it's an easy button. What I mean by that is they want AI to go 100 yards for them. So I'm going to use football terms. I used to play a little bit, so that's a concept that I'll use. I think most people understand it. They want AI to go 100 yards for them, and it just doesn't work that way. AI is a collaborator with you. It is not just set it and forget it. So it is 95-5 rule. AI can take you 95 yards. But you as the expert have to take it the last 5 yards, right? So like if you go 95 yards and you fumble on the 5-yard line, nobody cares that you just went all the way down the field. You got to get in the end zone, right? So a lot of people either they just try to go all 100 yards, ask ChatGPT to write me a post or do this or that, or use a different tool to just do all of it for them. You're not going to build a brand. It will not resonate with people. That human element in your expertise is what gets it over the goal line, is what gets you to actually score points. So the biggest misconception is people just think it's an easy button. I just want all of this done for me. I don't want to work. I just want AI to do all the work. And if your whole goal is for you to do none of the work, it's just not going to work. You're going to be sitting there with an egg on your face, blaming everybody else. But then again, those are the same agents who refuse to make their calls, who refuse to do the simple things, who refuse to actually put in the work and treat this like a job. So I think that's just the biggest misconception is some people come into this thinking that it's going to just take all the work off of my plate. And it's just, no, it can expedite the work that you're already doing. It can take 4 hours of work down to 20 to 30 minutes, which is great, but you still got to put in that 20 to 30 minutes.
Yep. Yeah, I've experienced that myself. You have to, first of all, it's all about training Chat. I call him Chat. That's my friend. I talk to Chat like he's human. I'm like, you know what, Chat, that's not cutting it. I need something a little deeper. I need something with a little more pain point. They come back and it's like, okay, I got you, Toni. I understand exactly what you need. We're going to refine this. Blah, blah, blah. So it is right there. It's a collaborator.
Yeah.
And you treat it like a partner, right?
Yeah.
You treat it like a partner.
I think that's one of the things too. It's like next time you're stuck with a problem, identify the problem, tell ChatGPT to act as an expert problem solver consultant for your business. Identify 5 other ways of thinking to solve this problem outside of the ones that I just posed for you. And all of a sudden, look, it can just get you thinking differently, because sometimes it's like we can get stuck in our own ways and stuck in some thought patterns where it can just provide different examples. And even if it isn't one of them, you can look at them and be like, I never thought about it that way. It can completely change the trajectory of your business.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So in your view, what are the most transformative AI tools agents should leverage today?
I would say the biggest one, ChatGPT. Don't overthink this. So many people try to be too smart for their own good and trying to come up with all these little ways. Like the simplest, most basic one that is continuing to update. They just came out with AI agents. They have deep research. They have custom GPTs, which is literally thousands of AI tools built into ChatGPT. I feel like people are just trying to be too smart for their own good and look for the latest, greatest. What is the one that's going to put me over the top and give me a secret edge? The real secret is just doing the same things over and over and over and over that make you money. ChatGPT can help expedite that. Like I said, there are custom GPTs, which are literally thousands of them. Plus, we built some specific for real estate. You have deep research and you have AI agent. Just that right there can save you so much time if you just focus on the one tool.
So there's this virtual staging. There's Canva integration.
Yeah.
And we're using all 3 of those. There's a couple more we use, but the Hagen. You're working
HeyGen.
with.
Yeah,
Oh
HeyGen
man.
is great because you can literally duplicate yourself on video. We have agents
Mm-hmm.
whose YouTube channels are literally blowing up and they haven't shot a single video, where they are blowing
Wow.
up their YouTube. They are getting leads from it, like multi-million dollar leads from their
Mm,
YouTube channel without lifting
mm,
a single button. And then you can use Chat GPT amongst other tools to then create different blog posts to help write your content. So that way you can
right.
start ranking on GEO, which is a topic a lot of people aren't even looking at. But more and more
Wow.
people every single day are going to Chat GPT, Perplexity, and these other places as a search engine. Will you
Right.
be found on these places? So that's a
Mm-hmm.
whole nother topic to dive into,
Mm,
as far as where are people going? You have to meet
yeah.
people where they're at.
Exactly. What is GT? What did you say? GT something?
GEO,
Oh,
generative engine optimization.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So that's like
Okay.
when somebody looks like looking for a first time home buyer in
Yeah.
Orlando, Florida. What are they going to search on Chat GPT? Agents'
Right.
names are going to pop up. Will it be yours? And look, it's
Mm,
not like Google where it gives you pages of people, gives you about
mm-hmm.
3 options. So you have to
Yeah.
be one of the 3 agents who Chat GPT will recommend.
Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting. I love it. Um, all right. So now, how do you balance AI automation with maintaining authentic, human-centered client relationships?
I think this is the magic question, and this is why we opened the Krim Institute. So I
Mm,
believe that it should be human in the loop, meaning that
mm-hmm.
AI can take it 95 yards, you bring it the last 5 yards. I know there's a
Yeah.
lot of people who want AI to automate all their emails and everything else. And I just don't believe, like, when you're actually communicating with your clients, that is
Yeah.
the highest and best use of your time, talking
That's
to
right.
people. So,
Yeah.
like, look, just matter of fact, you are held accountable to every email that is getting sent out. So if you start talking about negotiations, prices, and different things, and a number's wrong or it's like
Uh-huh.
misinformation, you are held
Uh-huh.
responsible for that. So
Mm-hmm.
I think like the magic touch is you can have AI bring in 95 yards. You can hire someone to bring it the last 5 yards who is an expert in AI, who knows how to maneuver and knows how to go through that, and then
Yeah.
use something just human in the loop. So that way, that's so there's like the AI agentic, and then there's human in the loop. Agentic, it's still going through its bells and whistles. So like the people who wanted to just do everything for them, it's just not there right now. So
Yeah.
I believe in human in the loop. Go 95 yards, you bring it the last 5 yards, or you can hire an expert to help bring it those last 5 yards.
Mm-hmm. But keep the human in the loop.
Keep
Yeah.
the expert, bring on somebody who knows what they're doing. And you know
Yeah.
what? That person becomes exponential as well. Because a lot of the busy work and things they used to do can now be automated by AI,
Mm.
which then
Yeah.
brings it to their plate and they have to go, just check it. They're basically like the HR of your AI age, like of your AI team.
Yeah. Interesting. So I got another one for you
All
here.
right.
Okay. I want you to share a story of an agent who saw tangible business transformation after implementing your AI content system.
Man, I'll tell you what, Denny Reichert, his Q4 and Q1 of last year, it was some of his best months of his entire business. And he was just doing the simple core things, posting every day, emailing every day, staying in front of his database, and being consistent. So I think like he is definitely someone, Phil Slezak, somebody else who grew his YouTube channel using HeyGen. Literally, his AI
Mm,
avatar is shooting his content for him. And now he has
wow.
leads rolling in daily and weekly through his
Wow.
YouTube channel, which is then optimized using AI to have the right keywords, right taglines. The script
Yep.
is all done by AI, and the video is even shot by AI. And then he has a
Mm,
marketing assistant, one of our AI certified marketing assistants,
yep.
curate the videos for him. So it's literally a done for you YouTube channel in which you
Hmm.
can literally grow your business. So I'd say those are 2 key people who are just doing things consistently
That's amazing.
for their audience.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love Denny, and he is so. First of all, he's just so humble and so real, authentic,
Yeah.
and he is crushing it. And I've seen his channels, and I've seen his post, and it's amazing
Yeah.
that he all of what he's doing too.
Hmm.
So we're all trying to grow up and be like Denny, right? So, have you ever witnessed any common pitfalls that agents fall into when using AI tools, and what can others learn from that?
Yeah, I think it's Get a coach. Get a coach.
Mm,
That's the simplest thing. Get a coach, get somebody
mhm,
who knows what they're talking about, who can tell you the small things that you need to do, and then just
mhm,
start using it from there. And I think a lot of people fall into the pitfalls of feeling like you either have to become this expert who knows everything or you
mhm,
know nothing. And
mhm,
everybody falls in the middle right now, unless you're just not
mhm.
doing anything. Because
Right.
even some of the leaders in the world feel like they're behind in AI because this technology is
Yeah.
unlike anything we've ever dealt with before. So, look, I'm not an expert in everything, and I don't try to be. I just fall in
Yeah.
love with the mindset of good and getting better. So, I think a lot
Yeah.
of agents just look at this as too big, too scary, too much. They're not techie. When in reality, this
Mhm.
actually helps you a lot if you're not techie, if you just know how to
Right.
talk to it. You start
Right.
treating it like an employee and not a tool. Once you do
Mm.
that, everything starts to change.
Mhm. Mhm. It's interesting. I was just saying that to a colleague last night that I talk to Chat like he's my buddy, Chat, dude, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Give me that. No, I don't like that. Give me something that's a little more. I need something a little more soulful, and he talks right back to me. Yeah, Tony. You know what? I know you, and yeah, you're right. I need to fold some more soul into this, and then 20 seconds, and then there it is. Right. So, so funny. How do you define success today? And how has that evolved since you launched Krim Institute?
You know, I used to think success was all about me, my goals, my journey, what I'm trying
Mhm.
to do in my life. And the more that we grow the institute, and especially like we have those mid-year calls and end of the year calls where people go over what they're thankful for, what they're grateful for, the impact and things on their life. The
Mhm.
more that I've done that, the more I just realize how great it feels to impact other people. And I
Mm.
think like success is such a hard word to define because to me it's constant being okay with it constantly changing. I have some goals in the business, I have some goals in my personal life, and I feel
Yeah.
like the pendulum kind of swings both ways. There's no such thing as perfect balance, but success is me waking up and getting to do what I love every single day. I
Mm.
think there's that quote
Mhm.
where it's like, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And I think that's backwards. Like, if you do what you love, you'll work every day of your life because you love doing it.
Yes. Yeah,
Well, I
that's right.
could, but
But it's a very powerful thing, and I think as you evolve, you realize we are here to make a difference in someone's life and others' lives. And it's real simple, but it's very powerful. And when you put your focus on how can I help you today? What can I do to support you? Looking ahead, and what do you hope the legacy of your work will be in the industry and among agents adopting AI strategies? And I think you really answered that question when you were talking about and you were defining success, making a difference in the lives of these agents. So, is that pretty much on point, or would you have some more to add to that?
yeah, I just think it's success is different for everybody. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and like we were just saying too, creating an impact, getting in front of the right people, helping the right people is definitely
Yeah.
part of it. But at the same time, you can't help anyone until you help yourself too. And I think like a lot of times it comes down to, are you healthy? Are you spending time in the right places? Are you doing the right things? Because that continues to build and compound over time. So I think it's just like it's a marriage between the two. I think it starts from the inside and then you can start impacting, and that's when the real magic starts to happen.
Right. Right. Thank you for that. Uh, what's one practical step that an agent can take this week to begin at leveraging AI? What's one thing they could do
I
this
think,
week?
yeah, going into ChatGPT and then prompting it to ask you 50 deep provoking questions about your personal life, about your business goals, about your health. And then what it will do is it
Mm,
will label out 50 questions to you. What you do from there is you hit
mm,
the dictate button, which is talk to
mhm,
text, and only answer about
mhm.
like 2 to 4 questions in each one. Like, don't answer all 50, but go in
Right.
depth. So that way you start building out this employee. Because if you're building out an
Mhm.
employee, shouldn't they know your personal goals? Shouldn't they know your business goals? Shouldn't
Absolutely.
they know your health goals? So like ChatGPT has this thing called a memory. So you'll start seeing those getting
Yeah.
referenced more. And I think that's just a very simple step that agents can take and just people can take with their Chat GPT to really start molding this employee at a good
Mm-hmm.
ground-based level. So that way it can understand
Mm-hmm.
more about you, where you're moving to, and you'll see your responses
Mm-hmm.
start to change from there too.
Yeah. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
You have to train chat to know who you are.
Mhm.
And you just that whole 50 questions thing, that's powerful
Yeah.
because it makes us think deeper,
It
you know.
does.
A
You
lot
like,
of
it
times
might ask you some questions that, like, you've never been asked before, and you're like, "Holy cr like, that
right.
really hits home. I do wanna go deep on this." So it's great
Mhm.
because it'll ask you some questions or give you some angles or maybe even make you think bigger just by
Yeah.
answering them.
It's very clear that we just need to get engaged with
Yeah.
the main tool, Chat GPT. And I've noticed that it is continuing to build out
Yeah.
and that upgrade right inside of there. So you really don't have to go too far, you know.
Yeah, well, I would also say too, like, one of my favorite things to do is, like, putting in what are 3 simple things that you should be doing daily into ChatGPT, and then prompting and saying, based on if I did these daily activities, paint me a picture of what my life would look like in 5 years. If I just followed this
Mm,
simply, tell me specific goals I would hit, achievements I would hit, feelings I would have, and then put in, like,
mm-hmm.
if you would work out daily, make your phone calls daily, and spend time with your family once a week. Like if you had a family dinner that everybody was in, and it will help paint a
Yes.
picture. But then you flip it,
Mm-hmm.
be like, based on what
Mm-hmm.
you know about me, tell me a story of what my life would look like if I
Mm-hmm.
don't do these things daily. I get into shiny
Mm,
object syndrome. Be brutally honest. Paint me a picture of
yeah.
things I would miss out on, what my life would look
Mm,
like, what feelings I would have.
mm,
And it's going to give
mm-hmm.
you a not so great image. Right. And like
Yeah.
that's a way that you can use this as a thought partner and a collaborator because this technology
Mm,
can think exponential. It can compound and it really
mm,
paints a picture. And then you just have to ask yourself, which version do you want to be? The person who does these
mm,
things or the person who doesn't? When you read it, it makes
right.
it pretty dang clear which one that you want to be.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I have a funny story. It's not a funny story at all. It's
Yeah.
actually very real. But I asked Chat GBT, what can I do based on your knowledge of me? What can I do to generate $200,000 a month?
Mm.
And it literally came back and it broke down based on what I have in my intellectual properties, what
Mm.
I have already in my arsenal for the last 25 years of being in the business. So it broke that thing down for every month. And this is how you raise it. I mean, down to the penny.
Yeah.
They gave me about 5 different things that I can do with it within in my own arsenal, and I can do it. So I'm like, okay, let me plug and play.
Yeah.
That's what I feel. Plug and play, right?
It's just the best action taker wins. The same fundamentals still
Yeah.
apply, but now you just have a thought partner in everything that you do.
Mm-hmm. I love that. So, where can listeners go to learn about AI certified agent and training and connectivity with your community? And I got to tell you, you got an awesome community for real.
Well, thank
Yeah.
you, Tony. And the best thing that people could do is just go to www.krem, Krem .ai. Krem.ai. You go there. We do free live workshops every single Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern, which you can apply for. We have a community access. You guys can become AI certified agents and say things like, hey, every other agent who walks in the door is just a traditional agent. I'm an AI certified
Right.
agent. Here's exactly what I do differently. And then we also have some
Mhm.
back end programs you can get involved in, like having a member on your staff who knows AI that can just implement
Yep.
all of these things for you. So we're just
Yep.
working on building a community where agents could come in there, thrive, learn AI in bite-sized pieces, and we keep it
Mhm.
simple.
I actually use, I have an AI
Yeah.
assistant that is trained by you guys,
Mhm.
and she does her thing in our marketing space,
Yeah.
right? And then we got my other assistant. She sits in on all of the society meetings,
Mhm.
and because they need to be, for somebody like me, I'm not so techie. I can do little stuff,
Yeah.
but my team, I defer to my team, and it's a blessing
Yeah.
that you guys allow us to bring our team in. because that's key.
I think everybody
Yeah.
has to learn this to some extent, and just having your team be able to
Mhm.
have knowledge on this and be able to move forward, and they'll be able to start
Yeah.
doing things that you're like, holy crap, when did you learn how to do that? It's like, well, I taught
Right.
ChatGPT how to do that. Now I can do it.
Yeah. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
So, do you have any parting words for us today, Nick? I could talk to you forever, but we've covered a lot,
Yeah.
and you've been very, very helpful and knowledgeable in this space, and it's a joy to have you. So I'm grateful you're here. Um, any parting words that you like to leave with us?
I just think we're all going to undergo as an entire in humanity. We are all going to undergo psychological warfare because of this technology. As great
Mm,
as it is, we also have to look on the
mhm.
flip side. I know people are talking about jobs being taken, all these things, and I'm not the one that thinking universal based income. I'm not going there. But
Yeah.
things that you see online, seeing will no longer be believing. There are AI agents,
Mm,
millions of them being deployed onto Facebook and Instagram. What I don't want anybody on
mhm,
here doing is arguing with an AI agent online. And that is where
mm,
they spend their time
mhm.
watching fake videos, arguing with AI agents. And, it's just a matter of fact that this is happening already. So, the number
Yeah,
one thing that you can focus on is your mindset.
that's
You
right.
get what you think about most of the time. If you think the world is
Mhm.
going down, if you think all the jobs are going to be taken, if you think it's already over,
Yeah.
that is the life that you are going to have. If you spend your time scrolling on social media, you are going to have a
Mm,
hard life because of everything that is going on. It is now more
mhm.
important than ever to adapt and control what you think about. I have an
That's right.
optimistic outlook on the future. That's why I look at all these
Mm,
things in a good way. That's why I'm
mm,
excited about the future. So I
mhm.
think it's just you have to control your mindset. You have to control what you think about and stay
Yeah.
optimistic during these times.
Thank you for pointing that out because I really do believe that the medical industry is going to have some serious breakthroughs.
Yes.
And I had 4 spinal surgeries, and the last one was a little catchy, but I want to see if they are going to come up with ways to address surgical stuff.
Mm,
It will just be interesting how they start addressing those kinds of
yeah.
needs, because we're so used to just the knife cut them up, but with AI, I'm just curious as to how
Yeah.
they're gonna implement that with operations and things like
Yeah.
that.
There may be a
Yeah,
future where it'd be weird if you let a human operate on you, right?
I know.
Like you let a human
Wow,
operate on you? How weird.
it's growing
It's
rapidly.
been in the works for over 70 years. So it's been in the
Yeah.
works for over 70 years, just on a lot
Wow.
less public
Yeah.
side, as well as just the
Mhm.
advancement in it. But what's happening now
Mhm.
is this technology is exponential. And,
Mhm.
it's like at the beginning of an exponential line, it doesn't look like a lot of increase. But then all of a
Mhm.
sudden, we're starting in that uptick. And now it's just going to
Mhm.
scale almost vertically in how fast
Mm.
it's going to advance because the
Yeah.
AI, because now we can start utilizing it to start building upon it. So, like, it's just an
Yep.
exponential race. And, something a lot of people don't really understand too is like the world is in an AI arms race. Like I know there's different
Mm.
wars that are going on, but
Yeah.
the real
Yeah.
war that is going on right now is an AI arms race. Who is going to arm
Wow.
themselves with the best AI, the most intelligent AI, really make that
Mm.
breakthrough? They'll be the ones
Mm.
that pretty much get to do whatever they want. So like you
Yeah.
see US and China are going head to head, and the big thing is the AI arms race.
Mm. Wow. Yeah, this is a
It's an
good one.
exciting time to be alive. Like this has been the stuff of
Yeah.
science fiction and in movies for years, and we get to be alive for it. Like
Yeah.
how exciting is that?
Yeah. Yeah. It's powerful.
Mhm.
I think about if my mom or dad were still living, how would they, take this all in? They'd be like, "What?"
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Nick. This has been so cool, and I know that a lot of people will want to tune into this episode because it's real and it's
Yeah.
here. And the one other thing, I think time is moving faster as a result of the AI and the technology. Because we wake up and like right now, I've been up since 5:30. Yeah. It's already 12 noon. I will snap my finger and it will be 6 o'clock. So I don't know if it's AI or if it's technology or what it is, but it just seems like everything is like, so listen, we want to thank you for sharing your pioneering insights and inspiring examples. Everybody, thank you for coming by. Thank Nick. Thank our engineers behind the scenes that are making this happen. We are truly, truly blessed, and we're so grateful to have had this beautiful talk.
We're grateful for you too, Toni. Thanks for putting it together.
My pleasure. If today's conversation inspired you, remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and come back again. And until next week, keep leading with wisdom and building your legacy.